Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kalthar. If this is your very first time here, and I make a lot of crochet tutorials on my channel, and I particularly focus on crochet diagrams, helping you understand crochet diagrams, including tips and tricks, so you can make a variety of crochet projects for yourself with different crochet stitches. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to work with this nice edging that you can put on maybe your blankets, your blouses or skirts, and it's really pretty. It's easy to do. It's just 5 rows, and I hope that this video is helpful for you. You can request me to do any video by leaving a comment down below, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more helpful crochet tutorials, and don't forget to like and comment down below as well. Thank you guys. Now let's get into the tutorial for today. I'm using a 4mm hook and 2 strands of acrylic yarn, so you can see what I'm doing clearly. And like I always say about crochet diagrams, you want to write out the icons and what they mean, so that when you come across that icon in your diagram, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And the very first icon we can see are those small circles, those oval shapes. I'm just writing it down, and it means you should do a chain. So whenever you come across that oval shape, you do a chain. And the next icon we can see is this long bar with 2 horizontal bars across it, and that icon represents a double crochet. So when you come across that, you do a double crochet. And lastly, we can see this plus signs on it. That's the last icon, and those ones represent single crochet, and I'm just writing that down. And that is all the icons we can see in this diagram. Now that I've written it out, by the way, if you're not familiar with working double crochet and single crochet stitches, I have those tutorials on my channel. You can just check the link in the description box to watch the video. They are much slower and they will put you through. Now that we're done, we're going to start working the chains, but we don't know how many chains to work, so I'm going to count how many chains the diagram says we should do. So I will 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So we have 60 chains, and I'm going to go ahead to do 60 chains right away. So I have my 60 chains completed now. I've just finished my 60 chains, so I'm going to go back to the diagram to see what next I'm supposed to do. And so the next thing you can see after the chains is the double crochet, and that double crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the double crochet will go in the 9th chain from the hook. That's what the diagram says, and I'm just going to be doing that. That's the first chain from the hook. I'm counting to 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that 9th chain I do a double crochet. Now once I'm done, I'm just going to go back to the diagram to see what next. So the next thing to do is chain 2, skip 2 chains, double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 2 chains and double crochet in the next. So we'll do that till we get to the end of the row. So we chain 2, skip 2 chains, double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 2 chains, double crochet in the next. So we'll continue doing this till we get to the end of the row. Skip 2 chains and double crochet in the next. I'm just working the last double crochet now in the last chain, and I'm done with row 1, and this is what the work looks like. I'm going to go back to the diagram to see how I proceed with row 2. And for row 2, I finished row 1. To start row 2, I need to chain 5, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 5 again, single crochet in the chain 2 space. That's all I'm going to be doing till I get to the end of this row. Chain 5, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 5, single crochet in the chain 2 space. So I'm going to do the chain 5, 3, 4, 5, then turn, single crochet in the chain 2 space, then I chain 5 again, single crochet in the chain 2 space, and I'm going to continue this until I get to the end of this row. So I'm almost at the end now, so I'm going to chain 5, then in the chain 2 space I do the single crochet to see how to finish. So to finish now, I chain 2 and I do a double crochet in the third chain. So chain 2, 1, 2, and then in the chain after the chain 2 space, so in the chain after the chain 2 space I put a double crochet there, and that brings me to the end of my row 2. Row 2, can you see the product is looking like this at this point? So I'm going to go back to the diagram. For row 3, I chain 3 and then 3 double crochets in the chain 2 space. So that's what I'm going to first do. I do the chain 3 and then 3 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1, 2, and 3. Then I go back to the diagram to see what next to do. Okay, then I do a single crochet in the chain 5 space, then I chain 5, single crochet in the next chain 5 space. I'm doing a single crochet, then I chain 5, and I do a single crochet in the next one. Then I go back to the diagram. Then in the next chain 5 space, 7 double crochets in the next chain 5 space, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 5, single crochet in the next chain 5 space. So that's all we're going to be repeating for this row. And I'm going to do the 7 double crochets now in the next chain 5 space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to do a single crochet in the next chain 5 space, then I chain 5, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, then 7 double crochets in the next chain 5 space, and I'm going to be repeating this till I get to the end of this row. I'm almost at the end of row 3. I've done the last set of double crochets, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet. So to finish the row, I'll check the diagram to see how to finish. I'm just trying to check what to do at the end of the diagram. That's the end of the diagram. So what I'm going to do is to do 4 double crochets in that space, and the chain 5 from the beginning, right? So I'll do 3 double crochets in the space, and I put the last double crochet in the top of the chain 3 to make it defined. 1, 2, 3, and I do the fourth one in the top of the chain 3, and that's the fourth double crochet completed, and that is my row 3 done. For row 4 now, I'm just checking the diagram, and the first thing to do is chain 5. Then in the next double crochet, I put a double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next double crochet. So we're starting with a chain 1 to chain 5, then turn, double crochet in the next double crochet, then you chain 1, double crochet in the next double crochet, and I'm going back to the diagram to see. So I've just finished this double crochet, so I chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 2 again. So I'm just doing that now. I chain 2, single crochet in the chain 5 space, then I chain 2 again, and I go back to the diagram to see what next to do. So I finished that chain 2. So I'm doing double crochet. I'm going to skip the very first double crochet from the previous row. So from the next double crochet, I do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 until I have 5 of those. Then I chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, chain 2 again, do the 5 double crochet clusters, and I could just continue doing that. I'm going to show you now. So I skip the very first double crochet, I do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 until I have 5 of those, chain 1, double crochet. Now I have 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So I'm going to chain 2, then I do a single crochet in the next chain 5 space, and then I chain 2 again, and then I skip 1 double crochet. Then from the next double crochet, I do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. That's the 5th one. So until you have 5, you do the double crochet, chain 1 until you have 5 of them. Then once you are done with the 5th one, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 5 space, chain 2, do the double crochet clusters. I'm just approaching the end. There are 4 double crochets left, so I go back to the diagram to see how to end this row. So I finished with the chain 2, so I'm going to do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the 4 double crochets. We're doing 3 of those, not 5 anymore. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet in the last stitch. That's the end of row 4. We're almost done at this point. So for row 5, we chain 1 and do a single crochet in the top of the first double crochet, and do a single crochet in the top of the first double crochet. And I go back to the diagram. Then I've done the first single crochet, so I put 2 single crochets in the chain spaces from the previous row, 2 single crochets in all the chain spaces from the previous row. That's what I'm going to be doing now. 2 single crochets in each chain space from the previous row, and that's all I'll be doing till I get to the end of this row. So I'm doing 2 single crochets there, 1 2 2 single crochets in the next, and I just continue that 2 single crochets in each chain space till I get to the end of the row. I'm almost at the end now. I've done the last 2 single crochets, so I just want to check what to finish with. I've done, so what I'm going to be ending this row with is just 2 single crochets in the chain space. Then when I do 2 single crochets in this space, I'm going to be putting the last single crochet in the top of the chain. So I do 2 in that space, 1, then 2, and then I put the last single crochet in the chain itself, in the top of the chain 3, and that brings me to the end of row 5. We're now going to start working our nice edging. I mean the tip of the edging, and it's really easy. There are 6 of them, so I'm just going to first, I'm going to find a way to put my, we're going to do the chains and then we do the single crochets. So we need to get the hook to the 4th single crochet, because that's where the chain starts from. So I'm going to get my hook and yarn to the 4th stitch using slip stitches. So I'm just going to be slip stitching now till I get to the 4th single crochet. So I just slip stitch, I chain 1, turn the work, and then I'm going to start my slip stitch from the 2nd single crochet. Then I slip stitch in the 3rd single crochet, the 3rd one, and then I slip stitch in the 4th. Now I've gotten my hook and yarn where I want it to be, because this is where I'll start working from. So I'm going back to the diagram to see what I'm supposed to do. So we're supposed to do the chains. I'm counting how many chains we're supposed to do right now. So we chain 8, and then I skip 5 single crochets and I slip stitch in the next. So I want to do the 8 chains, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then I skip 5 single crochets, and in the next one I do a slip stitch to join that chain to the work, and I'm done with that now. So I'm just going back to the diagram to see what next I'm supposed to do. So I do the next thing according to the diagram is to do a chain 1, then I do, it's a small chain, I hope you can see, you chain 1 then do 5. So I do a chain 1 and do 5 single crochets in that chain space. So I chain 1, turn the work, and then I'm going to do 5 single crochets in that space, 3 4 5. Then I go back to see, do my 5 single crochets, and then the next thing to do is to do a picot on top of that 5th single crochet. A picot is chain 3, slip stitch in the bottom of the chain 3. So then when I'm done with the picot, I do 5 more single crochets in that space. So to do the picot, I chain 3, then I slip stitch at the base of the chain 3, then the picot is there standing right, and then I do 5 more single crochets to end that side of the work, 3 4 5, and then I just slip stitch in the closest stitch to just finish it off, because I'm now going to fasten off the work. We're going to be attaching the yarn one after the other to make each of this. Remember, we have 6, so it's looking really nice, really nice. You can see that it's the same thing with what we have in the diagram. It's the same thing. So we're going to move on to the next one now. So we have 6, so we're going to move on to the second one. We'll do the second one together, and to see where to start the second one, to start we have to skip 5 single crochets. We skip 5 single crochets and we slip stitch to the next. That's what we're going to be starting from. So we're going to be attaching our yarn there. 1 2 3 4 5. Once we attach the yarn, we're going to be working the same pattern that we worked for the first tip. So I just want to show you again, even though it's the same thing, I already have the pattern in my head. So I just chain 8. So we chain 8, skip 5 single crochets, slip stitch in the next, then we do our single crochet. So chain 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, skip 5 single crochets and do a slip stitch in the next, then you chain 1, turn the work, and then do 5 single crochets, picot 5 single crochets, 3 4 5, then you do a picot, then you slip stitch at the base of the chain 3, and then you finish off with 5 single crochets, 3 4 and 5. Then I just slip stitch into the closest stitch to finish off. Then I chain 1 and fasten off my work, and I'm just done with the second tip. It's looking really nice. We're now going to keep doing, we're going to do the 4 more. So just skip 5, repeat everything I did for the second tip. You skip 5, attach your yarn to the next one. It's the same thing you're doing all over. So just finish the edging, and I hope that this tutorial was very helpful for you. You can rewind if there's any part you don't really understand. Don't forget to download the diagram. There will be a link in the description box below, and to get the written pattern there will also be a link down below, so make sure you check it out as well. I'm done with my work now, and this is how good it looks. This is a very nice edging. I can't wait to use it on any of my projects. If you guys use it on any of your projects, feel free to send me a picture on my Instagram. I'll also link my Instagram in the description box below, so you can reach out to me on there, and you can also shop my supplies by reaching out to me on Instagram. Thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more crochet tutorials, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.